Hi and welcome. You're watching another 24/7 TBC live broadcast. My name is Paul and this is episode 66. And today's date is June 13th, 2018. And the title of this episode is again, what does eliminating poverty look like? Okay, first off, I want to explain what TBC is. TBC stands for the Billion Coin. It's a cryptocurrency that has been out for 2 years. Came out on March 21st, 2016. And it has grown since then from 171 people to 3.3 million in 2 years. When I was doing some research on Bitcoin in the month of March of 2017 last year, I discovered the Billion Coin through a suggested video to watch. So I went ahead and checked it out because I was curious, because I had not heard of that coin, being only familiar with coins that were on the coin market cap, and this one was not on the coin market cap. So I was very curious about that, but mostly for reasons because I understood what markets were, and I was wondering what the motivation was behind this particular coin. Most people who don't understand what the market is and how it belongs to the central banking system, and it can be manipulated by the wealthy coming in and purchasing what they want, whatever is on that particular market, and raising the price up, and then bringing in the masses who are mostly taking a big risk. I call it gambling, and purchasing and then trying to sell before the price goes down so that they can make a profit. So when I went over there and started to look, it didn't take me very long to realize that the difference was, yes, they purposely did not put themselves on any market because they created their coin. The team of creators created their coin with a mission, and that mission is to eliminate global poverty, financial poverty. So they knew that they had to make enough coins. Okay, an example would be Bitcoin is only going to make 21 million coins. Okay, so with 7.6 billion people in the world, that's not enough coins. But they had to start out, because they were the very first coin to come out, with something that would create supply and demand as fast as possible and raise the value of that coin as quick as they could. And it was smart. The creator calls himself Satoshi Nakamoto. He was very, very smart in not only creating blockchain technology, but in stepping away from the entire system 2 years later, so that the miners and the owners could have faith that he wasn't going to make any changes. So anyway, it ended up being traded on the trading exchanges, and more coins came out using that same original blockchain 1.0 technology. And they also went on the trading exchanges, and now that was 2009, 2010 when it really got started. And now here we are in 2018. And many, many people are now, because it has been on a market and people are familiar with markets, it has now become popular to the point where that first coin, Bitcoin, has about 12 million people using it in the entire world. Only 12 million. But it's enough that's given them a small economy, okay? People are accepting it. I mean, people have always accepted it since 2010, peer-to-peer. But I'm talking about merchants and retailers and service providers are starting to accept it now because it's grown to where they've taken enough time to discover that it's real. It's real money. So they've got themselves a small economy. Not everybody accepts it yet, obviously. The ones that do accept it understand that because the price goes up and down every day, that they can just leave it in their wallets and know that over 12 months, the price will always go higher because of supply and demand. So they just sit on it, and it's like accepting money that they can use as an investment because it's going to grow. It's going to create wealth for them. It's real. It's also an option, like gold and silver and any precious metal, diamonds, precious stones. These are options to protect your wealth that you have in fiat currency, like in stocks and bonds and 401s and retirement plans. These are all based on fiat currency. It's the central banking system's currency. It doesn't belong to us. Okay, we lost our money back in 1913 when the Federal Reserve Act was passed, and we turned our money over to that private bank. And they in turn started to lend our government their money and charge us interest. And then our government came out with income taxes on us, which was a form of oppression, to pay for the interest to that bank. Okay, and this has been the problem ever since. And they slowly, over the decades, took the gold and the silver away from that currency so that it is now, since 1971, absolutely worthless. In fact, they started calling it the petro coin when Nixon took us off of the gold standard. They were going to base it on oil, but the funny thing about it is in 1973, we had that little oil shortage is what they came out with and said, hey, there's no oil. And we ended up sitting in lines at the gas station, right? I remember that. But then that didn't last too long, wasn't too bad. So the point was, that's what the central banking system has done, not just to our country, but obviously to countries all over the world. And this is what they do. It's a small group of people, and they want all the power. And they don't care about humanity. So we have not been able to get rid of that system since 1913, okay? It came into our government a couple of times under different names prior to that, but some presidents, a couple of them, got rid of it. But now it has not been rid of in 105 years because the structure of that system is so strong that they just have too much power. But that is changing. And the main reason it's changing is because of technology, like the internet, okay? And now, because of the internet, the blockchain technology. So with this technology, people can do all kinds of things and keep it private amongst themselves. So governments use it for paperwork, for all kinds of things. And you can also create a currency on it, money. And it can be used privately, peer-to-peer. It can be used as money. But there's no third party involved. There's no banking system involved. Okay? So it puts the money back in our hands. Now, the difference between the Billion coin and Bitcoin and Litecoin and Ethereum and Monero and Dash and all those other coins is the fact that we are a solution to eliminating global poverty where they are not. Okay? Because they are on a market, they can be manipulated. And depending on how many coins they're making, there's another problem. But the point is, because they're so decentralized, they cannot control who comes in and buys their coins. So our creators went ahead and created a coin on that original 1.0 blockchain. It's all decentralized, but they controlled the wallet. They built a wallet system to go along with it, of which they had control. They can control who purchases their coins. Because if you weren't like-minded, okay, then they wouldn't even allow you to create a wallet. So with this mission, it immediately created a passion in me because I realized that they had a very good chance, no matter what happens politically in the world, we had a really good chance, or we do have a chance with this new technology and a coin that is completely abundant, meaning it never goes down in price. In fact, it only goes up in price. It was created with an algorithm that is based on people, you and I. And when one person joins and comes into our private community, it raises the value of our coin. Now, when we came out 2 years ago, we used something that everybody knew about, which was the euro. So we based it on one person comes in, it raises the price by €1. So if 100 people join the next day, it raised the price of our coin by €100. If 10,000 people join the next day, it raised the price of our coin to €10,000, or up to 10,000 euros. So it's been 2 years. We started out with 171 people that were vetted, meaning they were like-minded. The administrators of our coin, the creators, we call them admin. In fact, we've narrowed it down to calling him Chris Kringle, because he's Santa Claus. He gives the gift of coins away. Because unlike the other coins, our value is based on the coins being in people's hands. The more people that have the coin, the more value the coin is. And the faster we can reach our goal of hitting 1 billion members as fast as we can, our first billion members. Okay, so we started out at 171 2 years ago. When I got involved, it was just 2 days after the first year anniversary. So it was last year, March 23rd. Okay. And I purchased my first Kringles, which is what we call divisions of our coin. Like Satoshi is divisions of Bitcoin. Kringles is division of the billion coin. So we went just in that first year to just a little shy of 100,000 members. Okay. Right after I got involved, we went over 100,000. So just within a week, we went over 100,000 members in our first year. Now our second year, which ended up being a slow year for us technology, because we were doing so many peer-to-peer transactions at that time that we discovered that there's an inherent fault in that original blockchain platform that slows down when there's too many transactions happening at one time. So Bitcoin and all these other coins ran into that problem, and they had to create what they call a hard fork, and create another coin. It was the only way to get the system back to working to where they could do 10 to 16 transactions a second. Okay. Meanwhile, Visa and MasterCard averages 2,000 transactions a second. So that's what we need in a cryptocurrency, is the ability to use it worldwide just as fast as you can with plastic. So we started to work last year on a new, completely brand new blockchain 2.0 that would be super fast as Visa and MasterCard. Okay, but meanwhile, we slowed down on that old system. So in spite of that, we grew by 30 times. So we went from 100,000 to 3 million people because we had started giving the gift away to anybody who wanted it for free. And of course, our coin goes up in value every day. So when we give it, like for instance, when we started, I think it was less than $20 that we were giving away for free. Okay. Now that $20 is worth 14,000 or more US, because it has grown. I mean, we grew by 30 times. We grew from 100,000 to 3.3 million, right? So that raised the price over the year that people originally got that gift. Now we've been giving that gift away every day for the last year, over a year. So we give away a little bit less every so often until we got down to where we could give away 25,000 Kringles And we will continue to give 25,000 Kringles now until we hit our first billion people for free. Right now, 25,000 Kringles has a value of $2,100. Okay, so we're giving away $2,100 worth of Kringles to anybody who wants it, whether they're a day-old child or the oldest person in the world. So we were giving that away free, and we grew by 30 times to 3.3 million, or just at 3 million on March 21st. And, or maybe a couple of days after that, we hit 3 million. And meanwhile, we were building this new blockchain, okay? So the blockchain got completed, and we are now presently in the process of migrating 3 million people over to a new blockchain 2.0, super fast. Can do transactions supposedly as fast as Visa and MasterCard, which averages 2,000 transactions per hour and can get up to 6,000 transactions before you see any kind of a slowdown. So that's a game changer. So we decided this year that we were going to create a video type of like a vlog system, but live, okay, 24 hours a day. And the admin stays in contact with us. That's why we are a real community, okay, through a blog system where he posts blog posts every day, sometimes multiple posts a day, to keep us informed of what's going on. It's an unbelievably incredible community to be involved in. It's not like anything you've ever seen when it comes to cryptocurrency. If you go into a coin that's on the trading exchange, not only is it risky if you gamble it, but if you buy some and hang on to it, and you know the coin, you know it's real. I'm not talking about ICOs. I'm talking about a coin that's already on the coin market cap. You know is somewhat real. You just gotta look, make sure it's a blockchain cryptocurrency and not just a digital, monetary system like Ripple. So those are all real options to, protecting your wealth, your current wealth. Okay, because we meaning the world is changing right now. We are going back to gold. The entire world is going back to basing all of our currencies on gold. Russia has completed it. China has completed it. Okay. And Venezuela has completed it. They were forced to complete it. Okay. But it's going to succeed now. And when we here in America complete it, then we'll have real money again. Point is, will it be our money, or will it still be the central banking system that just continues to use their money but brings back gold to save themselves? Well, Trump, our president, and the patriots, such as myself, are doing everything we can to make sure we win the narrative. And when we crash this economy, which is their economy, then we, the people, will bring our gold back, not the central banking system. We, the people, will bring our gold back and create a new currency. And that money will be ours. That system that is happening around the world as we see it today. Look at Europe, watch the European Union. It is falling apart. Italy is, just look at what's going on over there. The UK, Brexit, there you go. The people don't want it. This globalization, this one world order, this one world monetary system, the people are rising up. This is always what causes revolutions in our history. You always see it when the monarchies and the ones that are in power have just pushed the people to the point where they don't care anymore. It's either our way or we're dead. That's where it's coming today. And thank God the world can do something about it because of technology today. We have never been able to do it. And look what we have seen for centuries. Look at what we've seen for decades, just in the last century. The horror. Look around. You know it. You don't want to look at it, but it's there. The poverty is there. And so here we have an opportunity with our coin to do whatever we want to in spite of what's going on politically. Because our coin is our coin. It's the people's coin. It's the people's money. Okay. And when we get to 1 billion people, our first billion, we will have a complete, full economy. That didn't make sense. We will have a full economy. Okay. And that'll be that. Everybody will be using Kringles if they want to, because we'll have enough. Okay. Because we are making 1 million billionaires right now. As I speak, we're making 1 million billionaires. Okay. Now we have 3 million members, but almost all of those came in last year, got the free gift, weren't charged anything, and they just didn't give it any value. They didn't give the community any value. They didn't participate. Some of them did, okay, but not all. Most of them did not. They just said, oh, okay, cool. What's this, a new cryptocurrency? Oh, it's free? Okay, I'll take it. And then they just kind of forgot about it. We call them orphans, okay? But it's okay, because it's all working out. Because now we're migrating the entire old membership to a new blockchain, and we'll filter those individuals out. We'll contact them, and this is part of our live broadcast, which is what I was talking about, and I got off there. But yeah, we're doing these 24/7 live broadcasts. And of course, these broadcasts all will stay in our channels, individual channels. But anybody who wants to do a 30-minute broadcast can volunteer to do it, okay, by just learning how to do a live broadcast on YouTube. It's really simple. And we have split up the 24 hours into half-hour slots. A lot of us go over a half hour, but that's okay. The point is to have somebody on live all the time, all 24 hours, which would be 48 people, right? 48 people, but we've doubled it. We will allow 2 people to do videos at the same time. So we could have 96 people doing videos, but we could have thousands doing videos every single day, okay? And we want that because we need everybody in the world to know about the billion coin, the Kringle coin. It's here. It's been here for 2 years. All we've done is grown. And now the masses are going to start coming in, especially because not only does the price of our coin never go down, and that's starting to reach people, very, very smart people, and get their interest. But we now have a system where we can do transactions just like that, right at the cash register. Thousands or hundreds in a second. So that will allow merchants, retailers, service providers, businesses everywhere in the world to accept it at the same time. In other words, we've allowed ourselves to grow unlimited right now, where Bitcoin cannot. That's why they're kind of stuck there at 12 million. You say, well, 12 million is a lot. It's more than you guys got. Well, you guys only got 3.3 million. Yet, yes, that's true. But they have been out since 2009. And they're only at 12 million. And now if you see what's going on out there, you'll see that the growth is extremely slow this year. It has slowed down because of the manipulation on the market. People have lost a little bit of faith in it. They keep seeing it go down. I think yesterday when I looked at it, it was down to 6,500, around 6,500. It had gone up to almost 20,000 in December. $20,000 per coin. It's down to 6,500. Okay, they did a pump and dump last year. The rich, the wealthy. And now they're going to buy up the coins, and they're going to get your coins. All the people that lost their coins got back into the system. They're going to buy those up. And this is what they do over and over until they have all of your wealth, whatever it is that's on a market. They'll end up with it, the majority of it. That's why since 2016, now those few wealthy individuals own more of the wealth than the rest of the world. To give you an example of what I'm talking about, how many billionaires do you think there are in the world? How many billionaires? That would be anybody that has at least $1 billion or more. You got 7.6 billion people in the world. How many billionaires are there? 2,200, just a little over 2,200. That's what's wrong with the world. See, if that doesn't turn a light on in your head, nothing will. When you have 7.6 billion people in the world and you only have 2,200 billionaires, that's it? Okay, these are individuals, not all, but most of them, extremely evil. They control the world. They control the central banking system. They control politicians. They control governments. They control countries. They control the people. They have enslaved the world. And the world is fed up. And the world is fighting back. And they're saying no more. Okay, this is why we are in such an exciting time of the history of this world. To be able to be alive right now is absolutely mind-blowing to me, because we are going to see a change that in our lifetime, quick time, because the world is becoming smaller, isn't it? Because of technology. Okay, they're talking about coming out with wireless electricity now. Well, guess what? Wireless electricity was coming out by a guy named Nikola Tesla back in the 30s. He was going to give it free to the world, but the central banking system shut him down, took all his grant money, and he died in poverty. They took his technologies and set it on the shelf because they couldn't figure out the rest of it. They couldn't figure out how to charge us for it. Okay, and they had built all these, electric poles and wires to go to everywhere, across the oceans, telephone poles, meters to keep track of how much electricity we use. Electricity is the most abundant thing in the universe. It's free. But we can't comprehend that because we've always had to pay for it. Well, how can it be free, Paul? I mean, somebody's got to make it. What do you mean make it? We are made out of electricity, right? Atoms? Everything that you look around and see is atoms. That's energy. That is electricity. Okay. This is the world that we need to start looking at, is the really real world. Not the world that they have shoved down our throat. Lack, scarcity, scarcity, scarcity. There's not enough for everyone. If you can become rich, then cool, you can get that car. But otherwise, you can go down and look at the car lot, the cars on the car lot all you want, but you know you're never going to get one. What does that do to us? What does that do to the average individual that passes a car lot dealer? I don't care what it is. When we see something, and we sit there and we look at it and we know we'll never have that in our lives, what does that do to us? It's not right. It's not normal. Okay? But that's the system, and that is God's will up until now. But we can see he's changing things. So now is the time to start changing our minds and saying, hey, there really is abundance. There's no shortage of water. There's no reason for famine in the world. Our earth is 3/4 water. We now have the technology to desalinate the ocean by distilling it. The entire country of Kuwait lives on desalinated water from the ocean. We have desalinated plants all over the world, but we only have a few here in America. Why? Because the central banking system is so strong here. We got a couple of them on the coast of California. I don't know where the others are, but the point is, it's not enough because the central banking system doesn't want that. They don't want abundance. They would lose control of the people. So what does elimination of poverty look like? It looks exactly the opposite of what our lives look like. Now, you and I here in America, if you're American like I am, or you belong to any so-called first, what do they call it? First world country. It means a fully developed country, right? We don't necessarily see it every day. We can stay in our homes all day long, right? Or we can go out in the nice neighborhood and see nice cars and everybody, you know, having their homes and doing their grocery shopping. But if we go downtown, what do we see? We see tents lining up on both sides of the sidewalks, both sides of the street. I'm saying, okay. And then it hits us. Oh yeah, that's right. There are people out there that don't have. Well, duh. We know that. We see them all the time. And we do what we can to help them. And as I always say, it's a temporary fix. You know that. It's not a solution to that problem. But imagine if everybody had money. No, seriously, everybody had money. Everybody had enough money to buy whatever they wanted. Is that good or is that bad? Well, some people might be bad, but let's say we had some control because we're humans. We know, we're educated. Okay, if someone is got an addiction problem, we wouldn't just hand them money. We'd fix their addiction problem first, right? So don't look at abundance in any way, shape, or form as being bad in any way. It's only good. Use common sense and use logic, and you understand that this is one of the greatest things that you're going to see in your lifetime, God willing. Okay? But we can do it, we meaning the people that are not literally involved with changing the politics. But, you know, we're not actually doing things behind the scenes with our president. We're just regular people going about our lives. And we don't know what we can do. We're patriots, and there's patriots in every country, right? We love our country, we love our freedoms, but we're seeing them being taken away. We know that we have only so much freedom, but we're grateful for what we have. But wouldn't it be nice to have complete freedom? And to have the entire world the same? Well, not if you're greedy or you're selfish, right? No. Okay? But we know there's enough people that are not selfish and not greedy because we have 3 million of them that have joined our community. Okay? But now we're going to explode in our membership. So now we've got the opportunity to really, really bring in the people that have the right mentality right off the bat. And guess what? We're going to charge you now. We're going to charge you $10 in cryptocurrency. Okay? You can call it what you want. You can call it an admin fee. We call it a fee that we're going to charge for your back office, which means you get your own website. Hang in there. Just hang in there. Hold on. We're talking about $10. That's an annual fee. That's not a monthly fee. It's an annual fee. Covers you for a whole year. And guess what? We throw in a lifetime wallet with no transaction fees. See if you can do a transaction with any other cryptocurrency with no transaction fees. It's not out there. We're not about scarcity. We're on a mission, and we're going to accomplish that mission, with or without you. We want you. Of course we want you. We want everyone. But we can't get everyone at first. Okay? Because greed and selfishness is just a part of our makeup. We're hardwired that way from birth, from creation. Okay? We were created subject to vanity. We didn't have a choice. That's pride and hate. Okay? But along with that comes selfishness and greed and all those other things. So as we grow, we learn not to be selfish. We learn not to be greedy, some of us. We're all learning. We're all on our path, that whatever path God has given us. And we'll all get to the same destination. Okay? At least I know that for a fact because I'm a biblical Christian. Okay? So the point is that there's plenty of us out here that just don't know about the Billion Coin. And if we knew about it, we'd go over there and we'd sign up for free. Okay? You just put your name and a real email address, because you will get email right in the beginning when you register that you will need to go find and open up. and click on the confirmation hyperlink in those emails. One of them will create your back office. One of them will create your wallet. And it will put in your free gift. Okay? But the first thing it does is it creates this back office where it will pull up and you'll see 10 questions there. Before you spend a dime, you're going to see 10 questions. You'll see under each of those 10 questions a paragraph of information, and then you'll have 2 answers you can choose from. One will be yes, one will be no, true or false. And you can't fail the test, because if you use a false answer, if you pick a false answer, it simply tells you, hey, you picked a false answer, go back and read that paragraph again. But see, what we've done is we've split up our mission statement into 10 questions. Or 10 questions, but we give you the paragraph. We give you a piece of that mission statement in each paragraph. And as you go through each paragraph, you will learn what we are about. And you will know, hey, this sounds good so far, or I don't like this. I'm too greedy, I'm too selfish. I like showing off what I got and what I've worked so hard for. This coin's not for me. Okay? But this is good, because now you haven't spent anything. You could just walk away. But to those of you who get through the 10 questions and say, oh my gosh, this is incredible. I am so excited. I can't believe that I've come across something so powerful. We're not a charity, people. We're not a charity. Okay? We are we. We are we the people. We are going to give our wealth out evenly. Not completely evenly, but pretty much, because we have kept control. Small amount. We don't let the rich come in and buy what they want, leave scraps for the rest of us. We don't. We are creating 1 million billionaires, multi-billionaires. You just need one coin now, because now we're basing our coin not on the euro, but on gold. That's right. A couple of months ago, we switched over to valuing our coin on gold, because it was at the right time to do that. Why should we value it on a fiat currency? Currency that's worthless when we're at 3 million people already. Doesn't make any sense, because we are real. We are money. So now every time a person joins our community, instead of it going up in value by 1 euro, it goes up in value by 1 grain of gold. A grain is the smallest measurement of gold that there is. Smaller than a gram of gold. It takes 480 grains of gold to equal 1 troy ounce of gold. So every time a person joins, that grain of gold on today's current gold price is worth $2.80, or 2 euros instead of 1, if we were still basing it on the value of the euro or the US dollar. So basically what we did overnight by going to gold is we doubled the price of our coin. So how much is our coin worth right now with 3.3 million? It's over $8 million in US dollars. Obviously, it's over 6, close to 7 million euros per coin. And of course, our algorithm maxes out at our first billion members. The price will never go higher after that. And of course, the price will never go down. So what will that price be? Well, if we were still on the euro, 1 billion people would obviously make the coin worth 1 billion euros per coin. A little more in US dollars, right? But now that we've doubled our price, 1 coin is going to be worth $2.8 billion. If the price of gold is the same as it is today, in 2 or 3 years from now, when we hit that first billion. That's right, only 2 or 3 years, it's going to go by like that. Okay? So just like the internet was maturing during the 90s and the people were pouring in, and it was finished maturing by 2000. That's what's happening right now. And we will be finished maturing the entire cryptocurrency probably in another 5 years, 6 years. Okay, Steve Wozniak, the co-founder and founder, says it'll be done in 10 years. But see, it doesn't start. It hasn't started now. It started back in 2009. But the masses are pouring in right now. Now is the time everybody's coming into cryptocurrency. They don't understand it because that market, those prices go up and down, and it's like, what do I do? Well, if you're going to buy any of those cryptocurrencies on a market as an option to protect your wealth, then buy it and sit on it. That's all. Just sit on it. Don't worry about it going up and down, okay? Because it will always go up over a period of time. 12 months later, it will always be worth more. But if you buy our coin, if you get our coin, if you earn our coin, the price will go up every day. All the way up until we hit our first billion people. Now there's not only an option, but a solution to all the problems of the world that's caused by lack, by this so-called fable of scarcity. This fallacy of scarcity. Okay. So that is a small picture, not much, but a small picture of what eliminating poverty looks like worldwide. It looks like the exact opposite of what we see in the world today. But it's already happening. So we're just trying to get out there and get the message out there. The information is down below this video. In the description of the video, you'll find everything you need to check us out first. And then even if you decided to register, you still won't have to pay anything until you read those 10 questions. And then you're either not going to, and you're not going to lose anything, not even 10 bucks. Or you'll be throwing the $10 at admin. Where can I play? Where can I pay? I got some Bitcoin. What's your Bitcoin address? Let me send it. Okay. Admin will accept Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum, by the way. And then you can buy Kringles from us, and there's promotions. We will show you how to become a billionaire. The ship has not left the dock. It has not left the bay. It's right here. It's been here for 2 years. It's going to stay here for another 2 years. Okay, that's another major difference between us and all the other cryptocurrencies. I'm telling you, just take a look at the information below. Go to the main site, thebillioncoin.info. Read about the algorithm. Okay, we are the first, but we won't be the last. There's another algorithm-based coin coming out in April of 2019 by one of the hugest chatting services called Telegram in the world. 200 million people are already chatting on it after 5 years because it's completely private. No third party can know what you're chatting about. They've decided to come out with an abundance-based coin. They've just broken all records for their ICO. $1.7 billion they have collected, and their coin isn't going to come out for another year. This is because people are becoming aware of what we are. It validates us. Okay, they know that if there's a control system, a part of the decentralization, until the coin is mature, and that's what will happen, by the way, we will give the wallets back into decentralized system when we hit our first billion, because there's not going to be any reason to control the wallets after that. Okay, so we have the best of both worlds, friends. I'm excited. I'm passionate. I can't shut up, but I have to because my wife wants to go to dinner. Okay, so I'm glad you guys stuck around and listened and watched, and I hope you learned something again today. I'm going to go over here and look at who's here.
Around and listened.
All my favorite
and
people.
Watched, and I hope you.
Jules, thank you so much for being here. Romeo, Stephen Cuffey, Miss Medlock, TBC Dr. Joe Stevens. I love you guys. You are so supportive, okay? And I will support you back. Isn't this an amazing thing that we are a part of? Yes, it is. You don't have to answer. I already know. What does Randy like to say? TBC works for me. Okay. If you believe in it, this or that, if it's a yes, say TBC works for me. He also does this, right? Because that's what our coin does, is it goes up in value and never goes down, never fluctuates. All right. Anyway, I've got to get going. So I'm scheduled again tomorrow. What is tomorrow? Today's Taco Tuesday, right? No, today's Wednesday. See, time flies. I missed my tacos last night. That's why I didn't register. Okay, it's Wednesday. It's hump day. It's cool. It's Thursdays that are a little bit weird for me. But that's tomorrow in my part of the world. And same time, same place, same channel. And I love you guys. And hopefully something more exciting I'll be able to talk about tomorrow. Okay, thanks, guys. See you later.